Welcome to the Uncensored Conservative. I'm your host, Ryan Helms. Alright, and we're back with Matt.
I'm back.
Alright, well, we're going to wait here. We've got invitations sent out. I think he just joined us here. You with us, Mr. Gressmann?
Yes, I am. Good evening. Good to be here with you guys.
Alright.
Congressman.
Alright, well, we got everybody here. Welcome to the Uncensored Conservative. So, tell us who you are and what you're running for.
Yeah, my name's Gressmann. I live in Estill, South Carolina. I'm running for the 6th Congressional District of South Carolina, U.S. Congress, and I just am excited about the campaign. Matter of fact, today I was up in Columbia area attending a parade, so there's been a lot going on in my life.
That sounds awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, we went through a couple of things here on your website. We know you're a conservative. First thing we're going to talk about is education. I know I have an 8-year-old myself who's in the public education system in this area, and it is awful.
That's kind of an understatement, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. For those of you that don't know, this area is high poverty. It's very, very poor area in the state. And the public schools mirror that. What are your plans? What would you like to see happen with the public education system?
Well, let me just start by telling you about a little bit of background for those that don't know that are listening.
All right.
Of public education in this area is well, first of all, Estill, the Hampton District 2, which is the area where I live. There's 2 school districts in this area, and Hampton District 2 is been voted by Microsoft as the worst in the state. I mean, that just kind of gives you an overview of where we are in this county. Back in 2007, there was a TV show. It wasn't really a show. It was for PBS. It was a documentary on South Carolina schools and the I-95 corridor, which is the area that we're in, consisting of about 36 school districts. And the name of the program was entitled "The Corridor of Shame," and that kind of says everything about what we have in this area. And that's one of the big reasons I'm running for Congress. Our schools, people say our schools are broken, and that's not true. The schools aren't broken, they're dead. We need to completely, fundamentally redo the education system, not only here, but everywhere in the country. You know, we have a Department of Education in Washington, and if anyone's a constitutionalist, they already know that that's not proper, that shouldn't be. That's a state function. And with us having a federal agency running it, the education system, we don't have a whole lot to say about it. Everything is top down, dictated to the counties, states, and so I'm totally against that. I think we need to go back to the real basics, reading, writing, arithmetic, and teaching the children the basics. We took prayer out of school back many years ago, and now we're reaping the results of that. And not only prayer, but just the discipline and the way schools used to be run. When I was in school, I had my gym teacher, my coach, had a big paddle in his office. And when somebody got in trouble, they went down and visited him. I guarantee you, he would straighten out the seat of education very quickly. And so it's our whole education system is down. We are in the 40s and 30s and 40s in mathematics and in history and science, and throughout the world, we are worse than third rate countries right now.
Yeah, it's gotten bad.
It seems like it.
Yeah, it's gotten bad to the point where things don't work anymore. Children are not being educated. It's heartbreaking seeing children in school and the teachers unable to properly discipline parents, not working with the schools. It's been a few months ago, but in one of the local school districts, a very young girl committed suicide because of bullying and the things that are going on inside of schools. So our schools don't need to be tweaked. They need to be completely redone and turned back over to states. Can you imagine the amount of money that our school systems would have and resources if the state ran it rather than the federal government?
Oh, absolutely. We actually knew that girl. Lives a couple of houses down from my mother-in-law's house. And that was a sad situation, and that's the problem, is that the federal government, just like with everything else, the post office and this and that, they can't properly run anything, much less schools. I mean, the literacy rate here is just awful, and then the kids are stuck here. They can't get a job because their literacy rates are so bad, and part of the problem is the parents, right? Part of the problems of the school, part of the problem is the parents, because the parents don't care. So we had right. Well, we had an issue with our school. The teacher actually said something to us last year. Because we were involved, we were worried about our kids' literacy and being able to read and such, and we were very involved and actually got her literacy up. She's 8, she's young, and she was surprised. She said, wow, you guys actually came in and talked to me, and no one else is doing that, right? The parents don't care. If the kid fails, and it's a shame. So how do you feel about, you talked about going back to the States, and I agree with that completely. What do you feel about like school vouchers? Because, me and my wife have talked about pulling our kid out of public school and going to private, but not everyone can afford to do that. I know we can't afford to do that, but it's something that we would like to do. So how do you feel about, school vouchers or school choice, being able to choose a school that your kids go to?
Yeah, that's a great question, because parents have been dislocated from their own children. I mean, literally torn apart as far as the education system goes. And you as parents and other parents, all parents, know what the children need, but they're not getting it. And school vouchers is just one form of being able for you to control where your children go to school, the kind of education they get, the kind of attention they get, places that where they can go somewhere and really get an education. I'm not faulting teachers. Let me say this right up front.
Right.
Teachers are not the problem.
Right.
Teachers are doing the best with what they have, and unfortunately, the cards that are dealt to them are not the best. As a matter of fact, I was just reading on Facebook this evening about a teacher being disciplined for trying to do something for a child that the curriculum didn't approve of. The teacher was actually speaking about Christopher Columbus, and
wow.
The teacher was disciplined for that. So there's something really, really wrong with the whole process of education.
Yeah.
And parents need to be able to get their children away from this. And there again, I say it's not the children. Not the teachers, but it's the whole system's broken.
Yeah.
And we need to get rid of the Department of Education and give it back to the state and give people choices. The left, the liberals, don't want that, because they want your children, because they want to take them away from you. They want to indoctrinate.
Exactly.
They don't care about education. They want to take it away.
Exactly. You have anything to add, Matt?
What you guys are saying is pretty spot on.
All right. Well,